Every parent knows this moment. It's a split second of emotional whiplash, a tiny mystery that explodes out of nowhere. And today, we're gonna solve it. Picture this. You're holding your baby, they're perfectly happy, maybe even giggling. And then a friend, someone new, leans in with a big, warm smile. And in a blink, that happy little face just crumples. The smile is gone, their body goes rigid, and then comes this piercing, heartbreaking wail. It's like they've just seen a monster. You probably feel a little embarrassed, right? You might say, oh, he's just being shy. But what if it's not shyness at all? What if that scream is actually a distress signal, an ancient alarm bell ringing deep inside their developing brain? That's what we're here to find out. So this whole thing actually has a name: stranger anxiety. And here's the first major clue in our mystery. Scientists don't see this as a problem. In fact, they see it as a really positive sign of growth. That's right. This behavior shows that your baby's brain is developing exactly the way it's supposed to. It's a major milestone. And this milestone, it follows a surprisingly predictable schedule. It's pretty rare in the first 6 months. Then it really kicks in around 6 to 8 months. It usually peaks right around their first birthday, and then it slowly starts to fade away. So if this is normal, what is it actually for? To find that out, we have to go inside the lab. So how do you figure out what's going on inside a baby's head? You can't just ask them. Well, researchers got clever. They designed an ingenious way to watch a baby's deepest emotional connections unfold, almost like looking through a microscope. Back in the 1970s, a psychologist named Mary Ainsworth created this brilliant procedure. It's famously called the strange situation. The whole point was to put babies under just a little bit of controlled stress to see how they reacted, to make their hidden feelings visible. It was like a carefully choreographed 20-minute play. First, a parent and their baby are playing in a new room. Then, a stranger comes in. Then, the parent leaves. Then, the parent comes back. Each step was designed to gently dial up the stress and see exactly how the baby responds to being separated and reunited. Watching all this from behind a one-way mirror, Ainsworth's team started to see these really clear patterns. Most of the babies, about 65%, were what she called securely attached. They got upset when their parent left, but they were pretty easily soothed when they came back. But it was the other babies, the insecure ones, that revealed something totally unexpected. And this is where our investigation takes a really fascinating turn. See, one group of these infants seemed to handle the whole thing with amazing calm. They almost didn't seem to care at all. But that coolness, it was hiding a shocking secret.
Okay, so let's break it down. The secure baby gets upset when mom leaves and is happy when she returns. Makes sense. The resistant baby gets super upset and is still upset and hard to soothe when she comes back. But then look at the avoidant group. Mom leaves, no big deal. Mom comes back, they show very little interest. So were these just incredibly independent, tough little babies? Nope, not even close. And this is the big reveal. Ainsworth guessed that this calm exterior was just a mask, and later research proved she was absolutely right. When scientists hooked these babies up to heart rate monitors, they discovered their hearts were racing. Their stress hormones were through the roof. On the outside, they were still as a statue, but on the inside, they were in a state of silent panic. So what on earth is causing this panic? To understand that, we have to rewind way back. We have to look at human evolution. Because this fear, it's not just a fleeting feeling. It's an ancient piece of survival software running in all our brains. A psychologist named John Bowlby figured this out. For our ancient ancestors, an infant that stayed close to its caregiver was an infant that survived. Wandering off could literally mean getting eaten by a predator. So crying at a stranger wasn't just being fussy. It was a biological siren designed to get your protector to come running now. And this survival program runs on a very specific piece of hardware in our brains. It's called the amygdala. You can think of it as the brain's smoke detector. It is constantly scanning the environment for anything new, unfamiliar, or potentially threatening. Now get this. The amygdala's fear circuit isn't fully online when a baby is born. It matures right around 6 to 9 months. And what else happens at that exact same age? The baby starts to crawl. It's incredible, right? Just as they develop the ability to get themselves into trouble, the brain's alarm system switches on to keep them safe by making them wary of anything new. So we've got this ancient built-in alarm system hardwired to go off when faced with the unknown. But here's the final, and maybe most important question. Is there an off switch?
The answer is yes. And it turns out it's a biological superpower that caregivers have. So, when a baby sees a stranger's face, their amygdala lights up and the alarm starts blaring. But here's the plot twist. Research shows that the simple scent of the mother acts as a neural buffer. It literally reduces the brain's fear response. Her familiar voice does the exact same thing. These cues are a biological, all-clear signal that tells the baby's brain, stand down, you are safe. Okay, so let's put all the pieces together. That scream when a stranger gets too close, it is not the sign of a difficult baby or bad parenting. It's the sign of a healthy, beautifully maturing brain that has formed a powerful, loving bond with you. It means their ancient survival alarm is working perfectly, and they know exactly who their safe person is.
Understanding all this science gives us a really powerful toolkit. It means you should never, ever force a crying child into a stranger's arms. You're basically pushing them towards what their brain sees as a real threat. Instead, be their secure base, hold them close, ask people to approach slowly, and validate their fear. Just saying, I know, they're new, but you're safe right here with me, honors what is a very real biological experience for them.
And that leaves us with one last big idea to think about. We've just seen that a caregiver's mere presence, your scent, your voice, can literally reshape your baby's neural response to fear. It really makes you wonder, if their brain is learning so much about safety and trust from us on this deep, nonverbal level, what else is it absorbing? What powerful foundations for their entire future are we building in moments we don't even realize?